Okay, so I've been seeing quite a lot in the media lately about the party negotiations between the Greens and Labour. And the story goes pretty much like this. The Greens are not in a good bargaining position at all. You know, Labour has all the power because they have the votes. And so, although there's not much bargaining power, it would be pretty good if the Greens were able to get in and get some ministerial positions. And, they've shown that they can work well in government, and getting some ministerial positions would be a really good thing. And that's been said by various commentators, people in the media, and even our own MPs. So the other day I saw James Shaw. He was being interviewed, and he was talking about being careful not to be too transactional, right? And that he was saying that Parliament's a lot more relational than transactional, and than people realise, and that it would be a mistake to be too transactional, and it would be a mistake because that's what New Zealand First did. They were really transactional, and look what happened to them. They got punished in the polls. But the Greens were really relational, and that really helped the Green MPs over the last 3 years. And I really wanted to push back against that idea. I really strongly disagree with that. Not because I disagree with being relational. I think we do need to have, really good relationship builders and team players and those sorts of things. But I just think that it was a really bad example, because I think that New Zealand First is known to not be the best at relationships, and some of their MPs are known to be kind of abrasive and, you know, not working well with others. And I think the Green MPs are known to be really good at working with others. So I think, maybe New Zealand First were better than us at being transactional in 2017 when they made their deal, but not as good at being relational. And maybe our team was better at being relational, but not as good at being transactional. And I'll tell you what I mean. In the 2017 agreement, Labour agreed to overhaul the welfare system. And I remember when Marama Davidson came down to Dunedin and told us all the things that would mean. And I was super excited. I thought it was fantastic. I was really looking forward to it. She came, she told us, she left. A few months, maybe, I can't remember if it's a few weeks or a few months passed. And then benefits went up like $20. And then honestly, I don't know what happened to the whole thing. It all just seemed to disappear. And so that's why I really think that now is the time to be transactional, to be more transactional. Yeah, I just think it's time for us to, as members, to really think about that. And the way it seems to me that the negotiations work is that we have a negotiating team that gets the best possible scenario for us, but we as members then decide whether to agree to that agreement or not agree. That's our only power we have. We don't sort of make the agreement. We just either agree or disagree. The way we do that is through our delegates, and that's why that there are and the delegates must do what the members want. So the delegates make the decision, but they have to do what the members want. And that's why we've got these meetings and workshops coming up all around the country for for the members to tell the delegates what they want. So I think it's really important that the members have a think about what it is that they need, what they would be happy to accept, what they would walk away from. But really, I think the really important part is what would they be willing to say yes to, and that means knowing that means we'll be muzzled, that the Greens would be muzzled or silenced in government. And the reason I say that is because if you say yes and you agree to be in government, then you can't really criticise the government. You have to stick up for the government. So for example, if Ricardo Mendes March was the Minister for Social Welfare, and Labour didn't want to increase benefit payments, or maybe they want to increase them another $20, and then Ricardo Mendes March would be on TV, and someone like John Campbell would be interviewing him, saying, you're the most progressive voice in Parliament for benefits rises, and you're the minister. Why haven't you done anything? And he would have to say, oh, I think we're doing a really good job. And I think that would everyone watching would know that wasn't true. That's why I think it's important, and I think it's really appropriate that as members we are thinking about what are the policy gains we can get. So the transactional side, because that's one of the three times we get to have a voice, and as I see it, that we get to when we choose our leaders, when we choose our list, and when we ratify the agreement. So I think that's the appropriate time for us to be transactional and to be thinking about what are the gains we can get, because the other two times is when I believe we should be relational, right? When we're choosing our leaders or choosing our list, that's the time we're thinking, well, who are the people? Who are the people here who are good at building relationships and working well with others and that sort of thing. But now I think is the time that we need to be thinking transactionally and thinking, what is it worth, walking away from? What is it worth being silenced for? And it seems quite very much similar to a union negotiation, where you have a negotiating team, they negotiate the deal, the members of the union then vote and either ratify, agree or disagree with the thing. And if we were in a union and we were going for 5% pay rise, and the member and the team came back to us and said, "Oh, look, we didn't want to be transactional. We're just going to put one of our members is going to be in the board every year, and they're going to decide whether there's a pay rise and how much it is. And they're really good. We've got a really good relationship with the CEO, so everything should be fine." I don't think we would accept that. I think we'd say, "Now give us the 5%, thanks." So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. That's my view on the whole thing. And I just wanted to say it because I know there's been a lot of stuff coming from the opposite perspective, and so I thought it was important we heard something a bit more from this sort of side of the fence. One more thing I wanted to just say very quickly is that I think that I get the sense that there are a lot of members who really see themselves as loyalists, to the party, and I think that they seem to think, I come along, I do my work, I do my volunteering, or I donate money, and then I leave it to the party. They know what they're doing. The MPs know what they're doing, and the exec knows what they're doing, and the negotiating team knows what they're doing. I'm going to go with whatever they say because they're there, they know what they're doing, and it's not for me to go in and tell them how things should be done. And if you're one of those members out there who you see yourself as a loyalist like that, and you think that being loyal means being loyal to the MPs or something like that, I'd really like to challenge you on that. I think that being a loyalist to the party means that you believe in what the party stands for, you believe in our principles, and you believe in our processes, And so this is one of the processes that we have, and I think it's really being more loyal to the party to stand up and make your voice heard. If you've got time and you've got the inclination, if you're going to be there, I think it's really important to come in and say what you think and not leave that to somebody else. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there as something to consider. Thanks.